Today I'm going to take a little bit of time to help you to be able to write. I know it's very difficult when someone tells you to sit down and write a story or write about something. It's kind of hard sometimes even to know how to get started, and it can be very frustrating. So if you had listened to the story, and hopefully you did, if not, pause right here and go back and listen to this story. This one, Rocket Writes a Story. I'm not going to read this book this time. I'm just going to show you some things. And in the story, Rocket has difficulty writing and he can't think of things. So what he did was he started to collect words. And I did talk about this a little bit in the story. So there's just lots of words. There are words everywhere. Every word we speak is a word that you can write. You hear that? I'm not sure you can hear that. That's a horn honking. So you can have horn honking. 2 different words for your word list already. And Rocket just put lots of names of things like rabbit, grapes, fox, clam. He just wrote all kinds of words. So one of the first things you should do is make sure you have a place to keep your words. It can be on a big sheet of paper if you have that, which we can maybe tape on a wall. Or sometimes it's more fun just to have a little journal or a collection of paper that you can just kind of flip through and find words. Because as you collect these words, you're going to use them in your writing. Now here's the great part. You don't have to write all the words yourself. If you think of a word, you don't know how to spell it, or you're not exactly sure how to write it or where you should put it in your book, ask your adult. Ask whatever adult is helping you with your writing to write the word for you. That's okay, which is the greatest part of this, because what you don't want to do is do more writing. So I just kind of have a few sheets of paper to kind of give you some ideas of how to get started. So I made a collection of words, and you please feel free to copy these words if you want to. And I just was trying to think of some words, and I thought of a ball, I thought of Legos, and then of course I always think of food things, so cheeseburger. But like I said, look around you. If I look around my house right now in Jackson, you'll know my house, so you know that as I'm sitting at the counter right now, I can see dishes, clock, mugs, windows, fireplace, stools, plants. Words are all around us. If you go outside, you see different kinds of words. So that would be a good way to collect words. Now, some words all kind of go together. So you can set up, that would be like one section of your journal or one section of your paper. The next thing you want to do is have what we call categories of words, because some words just go together. So if you're writing about something and you need all kind of the same, ideas in it together to make the story make sense, you start to collect categories of words. So here's one category that I thought of, and that's color. In here you put all the color words you can think of: red, yellow, blue. And here's a little clue. Great place to find names of colors that are like really interesting and not just regular colors. Get a box of crayons. Look on the wrapper. You're going to find some interesting names of colors. And if you can't figure out what it says, ask your adult. That's the nice part about this. And there are lots of different categories that you can set up. And I thought of these. You can have, I can't really see that very well. Let me fix that. You can have feelings, all kinds of feeling words like happy, sad, worried, angry, happy, all kinds of feeling words. You can think of outside words like grass, sky, sun, flowers, trees, roads. You could do games like, playing ball, baseball, or games you like to play outside, playing on your playscape. All kinds of that kind of thing. Places you go, places you'd like to go. You don't even have to ever have been there. Places like Well, of course, Jackson, the beach, shopping center, mall, zoo, park, playscape. Maybe you like to go to Grammy's house. Maybe you like to go, I mean, just places, lots of places. And people. People is a good category because you need mom, dad, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, Grammy, grandpa, all kinds of different people. And then you can put names there too, like your friends' names or people that you know. So that would be, those are other categories that you can do. Activities is another category, because as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking Legos is a good activity to do. Food is a great category. Cheeseburgers, hot dogs, pasta. Getting hungry. So now we've got tons of words, but how do you get started? You get started by some story starters. And here's another section of your big paper or your journal, a section called story starters. And here are some that I thought of. But again, here's where your adult helps. And by the way, your adult should be watching this. I hope they are. If not, they're going to have to listen to this by themselves later, because it's important that they hear this too. It's not just for Jackson and Joe, it's for everybody. So your story starters are like, well, how do I get started? Okay, you can start with one day. And these three dots, those are called ellipses. Ellipses. Cool, right? And what that means is just that's where you just continue writing. Okay? So one day, that's always a good way to start a story and tell about something you did. I wish. I bet you have lots of wishes, Jackson and Joe. Do you have lots of wishes? Someday, I would like, what would you like to do someday? Something you can't do right now, maybe when you're older. Someday I would like to learn how to, be an astronaut. I don't know. Think of something. It could be wild. It doesn't have to be true. Let your imagination go. My favorite place. Think about a place that you like to go. So those are some story starters. And again, these are all lists that you can think of more. Maybe your adults think of some other ones too, that they can say, hey, Jackson, hey, Joe, what do you think about this for a story starter? Or don't you think that aqua would fit in the color word section? Or how about the word torpedo? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. So use this video, pause it if you want to copy anything that I wrote down, or have your adult help you copy some of this down. Remember, your words should be spelled correctly here. So an adult should help you with that. And then it's going to be a lot easier to write your story. Love you. See you later.